Hello BTS lovers, the entertainment world of South Korea is once again shaken by a news that initially sounded simple, but ended up heartbreaking anyone who heard it. A hidden fact that has been kept secret by the agency, the media, even Jungkook's closest staff, has finally been revealed in a way that no one expected. A little secret that lies behind the sturdy walls of the multi-billion-won mansion, now a major world spotlight, not because of its luxury, not because of the interior design like the Palace of Versailles, but because of something much more human, the love of a child to his parents. And when this reality finally came to the surface, one name instantly flooded trending topics around the world. Jungkook. No one expected that Jungkook's magnificent house, which had been the talk of fans and the media, turned out to be a reality that made millions of ARMY could not hold back tears. Not about a collection of expensive cars parked in the basement, not about a high-tech security system, supposedly on a par with the embassies of major countries. Not even about speculation about the existence of private studios with equipment in the class of Hollywood music labels. What is surprising is precisely who lives in it. It's not just Jungkook, nor is it a personal staff or an exclusive manager, but both parents, and not as a temporary guest, not as an occasional visitor. They live there, really stay. The house, it turns out, not only belongs to a world top idol, but also a last refuge for the people he loves the most in his life. This news was first heard not from the official statement of the agency, not from media posts, not even from large fanbase accounts. Instead, it all started with a small, accidental moment, a live stream from the building staff who were unaware that the background noise of Jungkook's house was recorded so clearly. In a short clip that was circulating on TikTok before it was finally deleted, a middle-aged woman's voice can be heard calling the name Cookie in a warm tone that only a mother can have. Even the netizens are speculating. Many have accused it of editing. Many also consider it the voice of staff or household assistants. But the truth cannot be silenced forever. A few days after the video went viral, one of the investigative journalists from South Korea who is known to cover idol issues very rarely uploaded a long, neatly arranged report. In an article that has now been read millions of times, it is written that Jungkook's magnificent house in the Itaewon area, whose price is estimated at more than 300 billion rupiah, actually has two main residents since 2024. Jungkook's parents. It was even mentioned that the design of the house, which had been thought to be designed for the idol's personal comfort, was deliberately made by adjusting the needs and comfort of his aging parents. The report also mentions that most of the furniture in the house is not purchased on the basis of trends or styles, but rather specific recommendations from orthopedic doctors and elderly-friendly home consultants. Not a few fans who finally dig deeper find out the details of the house plan and realize that rooms such as the main room, kitchen, and even the indoor pool are actually more comfortable for the elderly than super active young people like Jungkook. These little facts, which have been overlooked, now form an undeniable big picture. Jungkook built the house not just for himself. It doesn't stop there. When fans started talking about this on major forums like Weverse and Reddit, some confessions from ARMY that he had met Jungkook's parents by accident surfaced. A fan from Busan claimed to have seen Jungkook's father shopping for household necessities at a grocery store near the elite area where Jungkook's home is located, while a fan from Japan claimed to have sat next to Jungkook's mother on a business flight from Tokyo to Seoul and heard that "my son provided a decent place for us, more than what we imagined." All of this inevitably makes the emotional atmosphere envelop BTS's fandom around the world. The ARMY is crying, but not because of disappointment, not because of sadness, but because of the overwhelming sense of emotion. In the fast-paced, glamorous, and stressful world of K-pop, it's rare to see the true story of how an idol uses his wealth and fame not just for his personal lifestyle, but to return the favor to his family. Jungkook, who has been known as the Golden Magne because of his extraordinary talent and personality, is now also referred to as the Golden Son. Many soldiers admitted that their relationship with their parents got better after hearing this story. Some began to call their mother more often. Some are saving so they can buy a simple house for their father. In fact, the hashtag #AinAkbarBakti Jungkook was trending in 17 countries in just 24 hours since the news appeared. However, as usual, not everyone sees this from the positive side. Some critics and skeptical netizens began to question why this fact should be revealed now. Is this the agency's strategy to build Jungkook's image? Is this part of the comeback promotion agenda? Or could it be? This is some kind of signal that Jungkook is preparing for something bigger, maybe even something related to his personal future, whether it's a wedding, a hiatus, or even a retirement from the entertainment world. In a US radio interview released 2 weeks ago, Jungkook spoke of how important home is to be a place of return, not a place to show off. She also mentions that sometimes we get so busy at work that we forget that our parents won't be there forever. This statement, which was initially considered general and ordinary, is now again highlighted in a much more touching context. Meanwhile, Taehyung, a close friend of Jungkook who was known for being very expressive in responding to sensitive issues, made an Instagram story upload that was immediately flooded with comments. She wrote, "He never told me, but I saw for myself the way he built that house. Who do you think you're doing?" Many fans are convinced that the words were addressed to Jungkook as a form of implied confirmation that all this is indeed true. Not an invention, not a gimmick, but real love. One moment that broke ARMY's heart the most was when a fan site shared an old photo of Jungkook with his parents, which had never been published before. The photo shows little Jungkook sleeping on his mother's lap inside a modest house in Busan, with his father standing by the door wearing a mine work uniform. In contrast to Jungkook's now luxurious home, the photo is a candid reminder of how far they've come together. From narrow wooden houses on the outskirts of the city to modern 5-story palaces with spectacular views of the Han River. A journey that not only shows hard work and success, but also love and sacrifice unseen by the camera. Now, Jungkook's house is not just a magnificent building that is the envy of fellow celebrities. It is also not a symbol of social status that can be displayed in property magazines. The house has turned into a symbol, the symbol of a child who never forgets the land. The child who, despite the millions of people, still puts the family above all else. Children who choose to give the best place not for themselves, but for their parents. And for ARMY, it was worth more than all the trophies and awards he had ever received. This story is not finished. There are still many mysteries behind the walls of Jungkook's house. There are still many unanswered questions. But one thing is now undeniable. Behind all the stage light and glamour of the K-pop world, there is a genuine heart. There is a boy named Jungkook, who secretly, with all the fame he has, chooses to be a dutiful son. And that's what makes the world cry.